What's up, guys? My name is Brad. This is my channel, Twin Rivers Hotshot. In this channel, we talk about nothing but hotshotting content. This week, this video, we're going to do our team vlogs.
Twin Rivers Hotshot.
I'm going to stick with this format. I'm trying to nail it down to where I'm punctual Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But when you go from one video a week, one video every 2 weeks to trying to do 3 a week, it is a process. We will get it right. But if you do like hotshotting content, subscribe to this channel. It helps our little channel more than you know, and we greatly appreciate it. Diving into this week was terrible. One of our worst weeks. A lot of stuff was out of our control. We rolled the dice, went into no man's land, stuff that I do not like to do. I don't like running to where it's hard on us or we have to work 10 times harder getting out of. I like easy and efficient, and I've ran these areas enough to where we started having stuff blow up in our face 2, 3, 4 times. We were smart enough to be like, hey, we're not going to do that again, right? Now we do Salt Lake City and all that, but it's typically for customers and they pay us very, very well. This load, we talked it out. We were like, you know what, make 3,000 over the weekend. Let's do it. Bad thing is we get there, they didn't have their crap together, which in return affected us. Let's dive into Mike Million's vlog. The reason why I call him Mike Million, he has 1,000,000 miles in a hot shot. So just so you know.
Hey y'all, this is Mike at Twin Rivers Transport, giving you the weekly blog. So last Thursday, I had a strong influence on booking a load going to Salt Lake City against Bradley's best judgment. He agreed and we sent it. It was paying all right, not great, but all right for these days' rates. I ended up doing my restart Sunday in Wyoming and hit a little snow, which was kind of cool. The first snow of the season that I've got to see. So Monday morning after my restart, I got up early, showed up to the shippers, and the guy did not have a forklift. He let me know that he doesn't have a forklift and he has to go rent one. So that ended up putting us 5.5 hours behind of getting reloaded, and they were already working on getting me reloaded. So we ended up losing that load. 5.5 hours later, Brad and I talked and decided that I was just going to go ahead and deadhead up out of there because the rates were terrible. It makes no sense to haul freight for free. Made my way back to Texas to pick up for a customer load that we had already had scheduled out. I grabbed that up, ran it to Arkansas, dropped that this morning, and the minute I had that dropped, the team already had me reloaded going to Wisconsin. Nice little run for over the weekend. I'll be there tomorrow. I'm taking my time. I'll be there tomorrow. Get some laundry done, wash my bedding, cook out on the grill, take a little break. Monday morning I'll drop this load, and then I'm heading back to Texas because I got an OD load. But we're not deadheading this time. We'll have us a load. The team, they're on it. That's one thing I can say about leasing on with a good, strong team, is you can count on them to always have your back. And that's not a paid advertisement, trust me. These people, they're not just people, they're my family. They took me in 1.5 years ago, and they've shown me a lot of love. I'll tell you that. I'm not just a number here. So we're building something big, And that's why I did decide to deadhead out of there. I had a choice. No one made me do it. Me and Brad talked about it, and I volunteered to just head up out of there because I'm looking for the greater good of the company. You know, Brad wants to build something big here, and I want to be part of it. So I'll go a little more in depth on what it's like to be an owner-operator and how to be a good owner-operator and how to make your decision on leasing under a good company, because that's very important. You have to have someone to match your energy, or it's just not going to work. It really ain't. If you're a hustler and your team's not, it's not gonna work. Just like if you have a good team and you're a slacker, it's not gonna work. But that's another video.
Right, so that was Mike doing his little vlogs. I have these guys, I told them, hey, look, man, I want to do something for you guys. Let's make it about y'all, like what y'all go through on the week. We don't have to talk about Twin Rivers. But Mike wanted to make that video. I think he's trying to get a good little base for him, and I understand it. But at the end of the day, I want these to be about like what they go through on the road. So like what he went through this last week, man, it was unfortunate. That's what happens when you deal with people that do not have their crap together. And what I'm saying is that the broker on that load, they didn't, all they figured out was the shipping part and not the receiving, and basically let us blind off into that load, and it cost us. And another reason why we had to get moving, we really didn't touch on it. We had stuff lined up for some people we do work for, and it was already set in stone, like we have this going. And unfortunately we went to an area where they didn't have a lot of flatbed freight. That's Salt Lake City, so paid the price on it. Anyways, it is what it is. Bit the bullet, kept moving, and we did finish the week strong. But I mean, that's what happens, man. That's what happens in trucking when you don't have routes already predetermined. And you know, in this industry, it's few and far between that actually you run the same routes all day, every day. You know, we can start on Monday and not know where we're going to be on Friday. That's the reality of this industry. But I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to keep this stuff going. I did not post my Wednesday news vlog. Let's just say because I went on a rant about a topic in this industry, and I just didn't want to bring that to this channel. So I'm going to skip it this week. Next week I'll be on track, but we got 2 out this week. That's good, considering, you know, I haven't never really taken this serious. But anyways, guys, gonna wrap this up. I will see y'all on the next. Oh, we got a new guy starting next week, and I'm gonna try to get him to do some of these vlogs too. And but he was at a company that wasn't paying him right. If you're working for, like, pay your drivers right, man. These dudes are out here busting their butt, sacrificing their time, their money, and being away from their families. And I hear that more than anything. More than anything for people working for another company is they don't pay their drivers right. But that's a video for another day. I'm going to wrap this up. My truck is right here. I am done for the day. It's Friday. You guys have a good weekend. It's my wife's birthday. Wish her a happy birthday. The boss lady. Bye.